everybody. My name is Brian, and I'm just going to share here a series of videos. This is number 1 of 5. These are soul contract revocations that I'm going to be reading in these videos, and this will help to cause a shift in individuals and a shift in awareness with regard to the control system and just how pervasive it is within our life and within our society. So I'm going to begin this. The contract removals. Number 1 is for the media system that we have. We have a contract revocation for the banking systems, the government, and we have a soul contract revocation for the divine masculine and divine feminine. So I invite you to listen into the soul contract revocation. These revocations have been prepared by Andrew Bartzis, who can be found at thegalactichistorian.com. I downloaded these contract revocations from that website. They can be found there. He has them on PDF format for free. So I would encourage you to look into that and try to have an understanding of the control system that we have and how much it tries to control us, heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. So I'm going to begin this contract removal. This is the contract removal for the media systems. So I'm going to share in my reading of that now. I call to all spiritual contracts that exist within my past, present, and future beings, selves and existences in this dimension and time stream, and all time streams above and below the Earth-centric sine wave of coexistence. At this exact moment, in the ever-present co-creating moment, I summon all DNA lineage ancestors to create a unified, proper spiritual court of equity, so I may find remedy and resolve with all contracts that have inserted fine print during the pre-birth and birth process. I call forth the proper spiritual court of equity to hear my decree of contract removal. I revoke all spiritual contracts with earth-based media systems using domination and control as a means of energy harvesting, fear instigation, or reality manipulation within energetic propaganda technologies. I call forth all ancestors of all soul relations to hold space in this spiritual court of equity. I call to Earth Mother and all her light denizens within all inner and outer space to come forward and occupy this spiritual court of equity. O great mystery who is the source of all power, I call to you. Come with your sacred synchronicity so all beings may hold space within unity consciousness. I hereby revoke all spiritual contracts with all media personalities that do not have full use of free will and full knowledge of our DNA ancestry. I hereby revoke all spiritual contracts with all media agencies, corporations, and media-based family crests. I hereby revoke all spiritual contract assumptions, presumptions, and statistical models that predict my habit patterns through the use of commercial advertising intertwined with the system of domination and control. I do not consent to etheric grid broadcasting over public airwaves, television, internet, radio, or any other means or methods that propagate propaganda for mass consumption. I do not consent to predictive modeling by etheric or commercial means. I hereby revoke all spiritual contracts with all media-based sacred geometry buildings. I hereby revoke all spiritual contracts with the sacred geometry media presidents, shareholders, news anchors, news reporters, pundits, talking heads, and all representations of government officials within the entire global media network. You have no power over me with your presumptions of knowledge. We are manifesting, co-creating spirits. I hereby revoke all spiritual contracts with all news regurgitating systems, crawlers, websites, search engines, print media, and all forms of etheric propaganda used within all these systems. I revoke all presumptions of consent with all media agencies. I revoke all assumptions with all advertising agencies that are funded by the system of domination and control. I do not consent with any advertising systems targeting soul groups, soul migrations, or the spiritual incarnation process. I hereby revoke all spiritual contracts that limit the genetic free-willed expression of all sentient kind. I revoke all spiritual contracts that define the media as our tellers of oral traditions or generational teachers. I revoke all contracts with the sacred geometry satellite broadcasting system. I revoke all contracts with etheric artificial intelligences that use sacred geometry satellite systems as a means to hijack my information stream. I do not consent to psychic monitoring or influencing from any media system that services the system of domination and control. I hereby demand the instant removal of all broadcast-based psychic parasites and their propagation and harvesting systems that creates herds of psychic parasites. I revoke all contracts that use my life force as a false form of consent for the propagation and spreading of psychic parasite with all of my soul DNA relations. I hereby revoke all soul contracts that grant the media power to last beyond one generation of history. I demand all rights of generational knowledge be returned to the soul family structure. I demand the return of our history in a complete and transparent manner, so there shall no longer be secrets kept from our people. I hereby revoke all rights, duties, responsibilities, and current actions of all media personalities. Your services are no longer required. I revoke all privileges that grant the media families any power over my soul contracts, soul family, or soul-based migration patterns. I revoke all rights to any media-based system in domination and control from ever returning within my soul family structure of all past, present, and future lives. I hereby demand the instant cessation and removal of all false information from all media. I hereby demand that any and all future distribution of information over all forms of media absolutely embodies truth, integrity, and transparency in perpetuity. I hereby declare that Earth Mother is now in dominion with me for all local or mass media information exchange systems. I call forth all the ancestors to honor this reading of my free will and enter it into the Earth Akashic Record for all sentient kind to understand our freedom comes with the use of free will at all times. Thank you.